friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan and I'm smiling really big right now because today I am bringing you the long-awaited High School Musical book recommendations. So I went through the soundtrack of High School Musical and chose books based on those songs. There's 8 songs in total and I really strived to pick books that I don't normally recommend or discuss on this channel that I still love, because those books deserve some love too, not just Six of Crows and Crown of Feathers. Of course I had to get those in, but other books deserve some love too. And again, I want to really vary my recommendations and not just recommend the same books over and over, so I really strive to pick some different books today. So of course we start with our very classic Start of Something New. For this I chose a book that was the start of a new genre for me that I never thought I'd be looking for, so I am very excited to announce Ninth House as the winner of Start of Something New. This is a paranormal kind of academic fiction adult thriller-ish, I don't even know. In this book we follow Alex, who has been recruited by one of Yale's secret societies to kind of keep the paranormal and ghost realm under control. Alex is from a world of drug dealing and just bad decisions overall, so her being recruited to Yale is kind of suspicious in general. But in this book, it was so much fun. The characters were enrapturing, the plot was immersive and thrilling, and I never once ever thought I would read a book like this. But Leigh Bardugo has my heart, so of course I had to try it, and I'm so glad I did because I love this book and I will 100% be picking up the next one. Next was kind of the hardest one for me. It was Get Your Head in the Game, which is the infamous song that Troy Bolton sings during his basketball practice, so of course my head went to any kind of book that has sports in it. However, I'm not a big contemporary person and fantasies don't typically have sports in them, but I did finally think of something, and it is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi, and I chose this one because one of the main characters is like the basketball star. This is my favorite contemporary ever. And in this book we follow a girl who is a Muslim, and it is in the time immediately after 9/11, so we delve into the topics of racism and bigotry and what it means to be secluded and isolated and thought of as a terrorist, really. And in this book the main character, falls in love with the as I said, all-star basketball, heartthrob of the school, golden boy, and they are trying to figure out what a relationship looks like between the two of them. And it's just, I love this book so much, and it ends so perfectly and realistically, and oh my gosh, it's just so wild as well because there's breakdancing involved. It takes so many twists and turns that you don't expect, but it was so good. Next is What I've Been Looking For, and for this I went with a manga, which is not something I typically recommend, but I did choose a manga that is exactly what I've been looking for in manga, because I've read 3 or 4 now and none of them really quite captured me the way that Orange did. Orange is by Ichigo Takano, and this is the book 1 bind up. In this we follow our main character who receives a letter from herself from the future, and it really details some things that are gonna happen, and she thinks it's just a joke at first, but then very specific things that no one else could know started happening, and she realizes that she's been writing to herself from the future to try to prevent one of her friends from committing suicide. So it really delves into some hard topics. There's some debate about whether this is good or not, because it kind of, not victim blames, but friend blames. It's oh, if you had done more, people wouldn't have felt so depressed or something like that. So that's a little questionable, but overall I really love this story. Next is the iconic Stick to the Status Quo. and my status quo is fantasy and fantastical creatures. So a new book that I've discovered in that realm is Shatter the Sky by Rebecca Kim Wells. In this book we follow a girl who is part of the dragon clan. However, the dragons have gone extinct except for the ones that are being like trained and harbored by the main empire or main people, the army. So our main character is Marin, but she's going on the quest to recapture and save her girlfriend Kai. I thought this was incredible. There's like elements of dragon taming and how to take care of dragons, and I just love it. I love books with fantastical creatures, so the fact that it had a dragon just had me from the get-go. And if you like books with dragons, I highly recommend this one. And yeah. Next is Bop to the Top, and for this I chose a book that has recently bopped to the top of my favorite reads ever, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. In this book we follow Lee, who is a human, or paper caste as they're known in this society, in this world full of humans, half human, half demon, and demons. The demons are in control. Every year, the Demon King takes in 8 concubines. However, Lee has attracted the attention of the king and or general because of her golden eyes, and has been taken in as the 9th concubine this year. So it's very interesting to read about the politics and all the things happening. It is a FF romance. I really enjoyed it, and there is some trigger warning, so be forewarned, but it is a lot of fun and a lot of action, and I felt like it never really truly slowed down, which was a lot of fun for me. So yes, Girls of Paper and Fire. Next is When There Was Me and You, and this is just kind of like a lovey-dovey, heartfelt song. And in the song she's singing about how she doesn't feel like she fits in, and she feels like she's looking in from the outside, and all she wants is to be like involved and included. And for this I chose The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. In this book we follow a guy who doesn't really fit in with anyone, and one day he discovers a book in the library that includes a story that is very specifically about his life. Like, it couldn't be anyone else because of how detailed and descriptive this specific story was in the book. So he goes on the hunt for the backstory of this book and who brought it in, all that stuff, and in this mission and in this like hunting down, he discovers the Starless Sea, which is a hidden magical library. And I don't think I need to say anything else, so yeah. Next is Breaking Free, and of course we all know Breaking Free as We're Soaring, Flying. Wow, I am an incredible singer. I should go on American Idol. Anyways, I chose The Storm Crow by Kaylin Josephson. I felt it necessary to pick a book in which we are discovering a creature that can fly, because soaring, flying, you know. In this book we follow Princess Anthea, who is the princess of a kingdom in which storm crows were very prevalent at one time, but then one day the entire population got depleted in the war between 2 kingdoms as they were taken over. And in a kind of peace treaty and or conflict resolution, Princess Anthea is betrothed to the prince of the overtaking kingdom, and she's not liking it. She's not digging it. All she wants to do is rise up, and one day she discovers a crow egg and she starts taking care of it, and these crows have like weather abilities and gardening abilities, and they're just really the lifeblood of this kingdom. So it was really fun to watch that all take place. And The Crow Rider, the sequel, is coming out soon, so I'm super excited for that, but I highly recommend this one. Also, look at this cover. Oh, map too, very pretty, but this cover is incredible. Gold foiled lightning. And the final, of course, is We're All in This Together. And for this, I chose Shadow Frost by Coco Ma. In this book, we are following Princess Asterin, who is the princess of the Kingdom of Ixaria, And in this kingdom, there is a menacing monster that only one person can destroy, and of course that is Princess Esterin. So she goes on the mission to destroy this monster. However, of course her friends aren't going to let her go alone, so they're all in this together to go destroy the monster. And that's how I came to that conclusion. But overall, I really love this book. This is an arc, and this book came out last year. I forget when. I really want to pick up the hardback of this and reread it soon, so I highly recommend this one as well. And I think the sequel's coming out soon as well. So those were all the High School Musical song recommendation or book recommendations for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're going to read any of the books down below and what books you would have recommended for the songs, and I will check in with you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, friends.